Hello world, Shelly here, and today I've got the start of a new monthly series, the Caboodle Shop My Stash. If you guys watch Emily Noel's channel, she recently picked up an old school Caboodle. You can get them at Ulta now for like 20 bucks. And she decided to start a Shop My Stash with her Caboodle. And the idea behind a Shop My Stash is you kind of go through the makeup you've already got and make a dedicated effort to try and use more of certain things. So either new products you've got that you've been meaning to get around to trying out, or products you just haven't used as often as you want to get a good opinion of them, or maybe old favorites you haven't grabbed in a while, just whatever it is that's already in your stash that you want to use more of. So she started this sort of challenge and I thought it was a great idea. I used to have a Caboodle, it was pink and I miss it, and so I picked up the Caboodle off of Ulta and it's everything I remember about Caboodles. It is just a great little way to do this. So I'm going to tell you guys what's in my Caboodle right now, which will be my stash that I'm shopping from for this next month. And then next month, I will tell you how things worked out with the items I had used, if I have opinions of them or not. And if I'm going to keep using them, I'll keep them in the Caboodle. And if I'm going to swap them out for something else, I will put more stuff in the Caboodle and take those things out. So that's kind of how I'm going to go about this. So let me show you guys what's in my Caboodle. It sounds dirty. These have a ton of space in them. If you do not remember Caboodles, this is what they're like. It's got a nice mirror, it's got removable trays. It has a ton of space in here. I'm maybe like a quarter full right now, and I don't want to put too much in here because I don't want to be unrealistic in the number of products that I can try out and get a good opinion of, because of course there are going to be days when I just reach for the things that I always reach for. So not every day I will be able to go out of my comfort zone. So that's what we're going to start with. Let's look at face first. So the one thing that I'm going to start with for primer is I want to use the heck out of this e.l.f. Beauty Shield SPF primer. If you saw my comparison of this against the Urban Decay SPF primer, you saw that I liked this quite a bit more. I have been using this more and more. I would like to finish my Urban Decay primer, so I'm going to keep that in the Caboodle as well, and I'm just going to primarily go between these two, trying to finish this one up, but also trying to get the best firm understanding of how this works on my skin so that I will very likely convert to using this as my primary primer. But I do love these both, but I really like this new one from e.l.f. So these will be in the Caboodle. For foundations, I have two that I would like to spend more time with and sort of get to know their quirks and figure out how they work best. The first is the Milk Makeup Blur Foundation. This one was a really great color match for me, but was really finicky, and I've been working with it for the past couple weeks, and I think I am getting close to figuring out the best primers and the best setting powders and the best way to make this work. It is working better than it did in my initial first impressions review of it. I'll link that below if you missed it. But I just want to figure this one out because I love the color match, and then I can let you guys know how it best worked. And the other one I want to spend some more time with is the Pure Baradol Foundation. When I reviewed this, this has an amazing ingredient deck. It's got great skincare ingredients in it, and it was nice, but it's also a little bit finicky. So it's kind of one of those things where I just want to figure it out. I want to try different combinations of things with it. I want to make it work as best as I can and see if I can sort of figure out the magic formula. So these two foundations will be in rotation this month. I also have a new primer in here that I want to get to know. It is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. I think I originally saw this on Thetela's channel and she loves it. I probably have too many primers to really give them all a fair shake, but I'm going to keep them all in the Caboodle and we'll see if I get around to them. I'm curious because drugstore primers, if they work, thumbs up, right? I picked up two color correctors that I would like to try out. The video I had a month or two ago testing out a drugstore color corrector did not go well at all, so I did pick up a couple more color correctors. The first one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid, and the other one is from Becca. This is their Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and I just want to see how well these work. I have super dark circles. This is me right now with full coverage concealer on. I can almost always see the purple coming through my concealer. So I'm really interested in finding a color corrector that works. I've tried quite a few. I've got the YSL Touche Éclat color corrector. I've got one from Bare Minerals, and they're just not high powered enough. They're not opaque enough. They're not correcting enough. So I'm on the hunt, and I'm going to try these two. So they are in the caboodle. Next, I want to try out this sample I got of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Highlighting Fluid in the color Sin. Essentially, what I want here is to get over my fear of liquid highlighting products, liquid products in general. I'm not a fan of liquid cheek colors or cream highlights or cream contours. So I just want to try it out and just get out of my comfort zone and see if I can make it work. And it's a nice sample, so I figured I would try that. I also have a couple new eye primers. Now, these are drugstore from Physicians Formula. It is a combination of a matte eye primer and a shimmer eye primer. And I'm a pretty devoted fan of the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm also, when it comes to these cream style primers, a pretty devoted fan to the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Right now I'm loving the anti-aging one. And so I don't know if anything's going to knock those off of their reign of glory in my world, but this looked intriguing to me, and it was shimmery shiny, and the drugstore almost always has deals on Physicians Formula, so you can get them really, really cheap. So I grabbed it, and I will try it out. I have a drugstore blush that I want to try out and get a little bit of use out of. This is from Wet n Wild. It's one of their ombre blushes, and it's in the shade Mai Tai Buy Me a Drink. That's wrong. Mai Tai Buy You a Drink. Okay, that's it. It's basically just a peachy sort of shade. It looks fair enough for fair skin. I'm not huge on really dramatic blush, so this one looked really nice. And I also picked up the Too Faced Peach Mattes palette, so I'm going to have some more peachy things going on my eyes, so I thought a peachy blush might be good, and I had this in my haul box that I hadn't started using yet. And lastly, I've got a couple of mascaras. Now, first off is one that I actually already know that I thoroughly enjoy, and that is the Urban Decay Troublemaker. But the reason I'm going to put it in the caboodle is because usually when I'm putting my makeup on and it's a day where I'm doing a full face, I will reach for one of my other two favorites, the Urban Decay Perversion or the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, because I already know exactly how they work, or I'll reach for the Lash Paradise, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I know how they work on my eyes. They're pretty much surefire, guaranteed, predictable. And I've had a little bit of unpredictability with the Troublemaker. Sometimes it is a little less voluminous than I would like. It gives great length no matter what, but sometimes it doesn't give me the volume I want, and I think it's just because I'm not applying it the same way every time. It is a fiber-based mascara. I am not really used to wearing fiber-based mascaras, so I just want to spend more time with it and really get to know it and make it my one true love, because this packaging, man, I'm just can't handle it. Last is a drugstore mascara that I picked up. This is the Revlon Mega Multiplier, and I've had this sitting around and I haven't tried it because I accidentally grabbed the color Plum Brown, and I always wear black mascara. I just want the blackest of the black mascara, that's it. So this one was just languishing at the bottom of my bin, and I was like, why don't you just use it? Try it. I don't even know if I like the formula because I haven't tried it because it's not black. So I'm gonna make myself wear this and we'll see if I like it. I'm really picky about my mascaras, but I love when I can get an inexpensive drugstore mascara because I want to save my expensive stuff for the expensive full face days. And so I will try this one out and we'll see if I can force myself to use it. Now, I do also have two eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to put in my things to test out. They're not going to fit in my caboodle, but let me show you what I got. First up, I want to spend more time with the Kat Von D Satan Sinner palette because I've gotten a few gorgeous looks out of this palette. I want to spend more time with it. I want to enjoy it. It is a fantastic quality eyeshadow palette, and the color selection really makes me think outside the box and kind of get out of my comfort zone. And so I want that. And if I try to use this more often, then I will keep going out of my comfort zone. And I enjoy that because I think I learn from it. I think I figure out, you know, you just get better at pairing colors, you get better at putting looks together, and especially when you've got a nice challenging palette to do it with, because this one's not laid out in a, you know, simple, easy to follow manner. It's kind of random in the presentation of the colors, since it was inspired by cathedral windows. So I'm going to work with this one some more. That is on my list of things to do. I also have another palette that is brand new to me that I just want to spend some time with because I think I'm going to love it. It is the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. I have the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and it is one of my all-time favorites. It's easy to travel with. It's gorgeous for just putting together really easy looks. It's easy to combine the colors. The selections are wonderful. And I think I'm going to feel the same way about the 4 once I play with it. I've used it a couple times, but I've done really predictable looks, like color combos I'm already familiar with. So I would like to dig in and try some more shades out of this palette and get to know it a bit better. And then the third palette I'm going to make a dedicated effort to spend more time with is one that I just picked up, and that is the Sephora Pro Cool Toned palette, because I think there's a lot of potential for interesting looks out of this palette. I love cool tones, especially in the wintertime, so it is the right time of year to get back into cool tones, and I'm going to get to know this one. I have not even touched it yet, just took it out of the box today. So those are the 3 eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to try to spend more time with, and if any of the looks go well, I'll film them for you guys and share them. So that is the plan. So, would you like to grab a caboodle and follow along with the Shop Your Stash challenge? Do it. Go get yourself a caboodle. They're so cute, and the nostalgia is just wonderful. It just makes me smile. It makes me happy inside. I loved my old caboodle. I wish I would have kept it. It held makeup. It held crafting beads and supplies. Do you remember when friendship bracelets were a thing? Like, you would take safety pins and put beads on them, and then you would also do those knot-based friendship bracelets. It would take hours and hours and hours and hours to make those, and then you'd trade them with your friends, and it was just... I wish I still had some of them. I don't know whatever happened. Somewhere along the line, I lost them or got rid of them, but all that used to live in my caboodle at one point or another. I don't even know when I got rid of my caboodle, but I miss it, and I'm so glad to have another one, and I think this is going to be a fun way to get some use out of that caboodle. If you've got a YouTube channel, give me a link down below and let me know if you're going to try out this caboodle challenge. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, get yourself a caboodle and play along with the game, and let me know what you're going to try to use up this month. And then next month, let me know what you thought of the things you were using up. I would just love to follow along. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So there you have it. I will link Emily Noel's video down below if you did not see her original caboodle challenge. And I just think this is going to be a good time. So give me a thumbs up if you like the idea of the caboodle challenge and you want to see some more caboodle challenge videos. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.